Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Welcome to another Tech Thursday. Hey, Liz, how's it going?
Good, Virginia. How are you doing?
Good. Good. It's good. Yeah. Tech Thursday. It's always fun.
You betcha.
Mhm. And this week, we actually have some library news to share with everybody. So that's always exciting too. We can get to talk about the wonderful online stuff that you can get free from your local library. So, what are we talking about this week?
Well, it's not a new product. It is an existing product that we've been offering you for quite some time, but it's moved. So we're still offering it. Same great content, just a different place to find it. And it might even be more convenient for a lot of you out there. So today we will be talking about our digital magazines. All the
Mhm.
latest and greatest issues of so many different titles that you may see online or at the grocery store checkout, but you can access these from your computer or your tablet or even your phone.
That's right.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
Virginia, where did we used to find these magazines and
Is
where
it a
can we
test?
find
Is
them
it a test?
now? Yes.
um, so it used to be that we have an app and a service called RB Digital. So that's the name of one of the magazine services we have. And that's where you can get your online magazines. The other one, of course, is Press Reader, which also has newspapers and magazines. So that one is still there. And that nothing has changed about that particular collection. But RB Digital, which is where we used to have audiobooks and also magazines, are no longer RB Digital, and it has moved over to the Overdrive platform. So I think it's maybe like just in December, I want to say, that we did a Tech Thursday, uh, letting everybody know how the downloadable audiobooks from the library have moved from the Albury Digital platform over to the Library to Go slash Overdrive platform. And we kind of gave everybody sort of an advance warning that, something the other things that are available in RP Digital will also be moved soon. So we have discovered that this week the magazines have also moved over to the other platforms. So now everything can be accessed through one website, or if you're using your phone or your tablet, one app.
Yeah, that's super exciting. So today we wanted to share that news with all of you and also show you how to find those magazines within either the desktop version of Library to Go or, like Virginia said, using your app. You may be using the Overdrive app or the Libby app. Either of those products does the same thing. You'll get the same great content, but today Virginia will be demoing the more user-friendly one, and that's the Libby app.
Hmm. And because this collection just moved over to Overdrive, so some of the things that you can see today, what we're going to show you so that when you know where to find them, may we don't know what's going to happen. Like it may change a little bit. We're hoping that, soon things will be a little even more clear and more obvious on the app or on the website so you can see the magazines right away. It is slightly hidden right now, I think. So we'll just kind of talk about where they are so to make sure that you know where to find them. And, we'll hopefully it will change and make it more obvious for everybody to see ebooks, audiobooks, and magazines very, very obvious. And then you can just click on the link and then away you go. So, shall we show the website version first?
Sure. So we'll take a look at the website version here. We'll just add the screen there so we can see when you go through the Port Moody Libraries link to Library to Go. So that's like our catalog that we're a part of the ebooks, audiobooks, and now magazines. You just go ahead, follow our link, log in. I've already done that with my library card and specifying that I am a member of the Port Moody Public Library. So this is what it would look like for you if you also logged in today at this point in time. So quick and easy way to get to the magazines, of course, is if you happen to know what magazine you're looking for. So just like with any other library catalog such as ours, if I'm thinking, I wonder if I can access The Economist, then all I have to do is type in The Economist, and it does suggest that there is something called The Economist. It's listed as a series, but let's click on that and see what happens. Okay, so I'm getting quite a few results for The Economist. If I want to make sure that I'm just looking for all magazines titled The Economist, over here on the left, we have our filters. And with magazines, I can just go ahead, expand that menu, and click on Overdrive Magazine. So that'll get rid of all the extraneous search results. So notice there's actually 2 results for Economist. We'll take a look at the one on the right first. You'll notice that it does indeed specify that it is a magazine. And this one's called The World in 2017. Now, there are a lot of sort of one-off special edition issues for a lot of the magazines, and those will come up in the magazine results. However, I'm looking for The Economist that comes out weekly, and it looks like this is it. Now, you can see that I have borrowed a copy of this, but if I want to maybe check out a different issue, for example, this does come out weekly. As with any item on this catalog, I can just go ahead and click on the cover image. And from here, we can see that this is the issue that's being displayed, January 23rd, 2021. If I want to see some back issues, I can just click on this Select Another Issue button, and you'll see all of these wonderful back issues that I can choose from. So I can go ahead and say click on November 28, 2000. Once I click on that, it brings up the cover for that. And at this point, when I click the borrow button, this is the specific issue that I am going to be borrowing. So as simple as that. It's just like checking out an ebook or an audiobook, as you may have already done through Library to Go. So here I can specify the number of days I want to borrow the item for. Now, this is something that's a little bit different from the RB digital platform. So the old platform used to let you check out magazines indefinitely. Now there is an expiry period for the magazine. So just be mindful of that. And now I have the magazine checked out until February the 18th. So I can either go ahead and read it right now in my browser, or say if I'm returning to my Library to Go account to continue reading a magazine, I can just go either into my account, to my loans, or over here to my bookshelf. And this will show you everything that you have checked out, including your magazine. So from here, I can go ahead and click Read Now in my browser. And Virginia, I'm assuming you're not seeing that screen. Is that correct? Let's see here. Yeah, so it's a different tab that comes up.
Yeah, so no, not the magazine itself.
Okay, so what happens is that a new tab will open up within your web browser, and you can read the magazine online through the web browser just as you would an ebook. Now, let's see here. So also, just like with your ebook and audiobook loans, it's the same process. If you wanted to return something, so for example, I had previously checked out this one-off magazine about Canon digital cameras, so I can go ahead and click the return button. Now, a great thing about the magazine selection on Overdrive now is that any of the magazines that you borrow, they don't count against your 7-item limit. So you can see up here in my loans, I can borrow 7 more titles. I only have 2 magazines checked out, but when it says I can borrow 7 more titles, that's ebooks or audiobooks. Magazines do not count against that. Now let's say I just want to browse what magazines are part of the collection. Maybe I want to discover something new. Now to do that, just need to go up to Subjects in the top menu here. And once this page comes up, all I need to do is to click on magazines. So once I do that, this 56,464 titles will drop to 3,251 magazine titles, which still seems kind of overwhelming to me. Now, if there is a specific topic of magazine that you're interested in, you can see that we've got all of these great topics available here. If you do just want to take a browse and go for it, we can click on See All. And it will indeed show you all 3,000 plus magazine titles that we have on hand. Now, don't worry, you don't have to go back to try and filter down. Again, we can go to our menu on the left to help us filter through what we're going to be browsing. So for example, I can go ahead and click on under subject. We've got all our categories here. I can click on home and garden. And that will filter down my results. So now there's only 238 results. Now I think there are some magazines in other languages here. So like this one right here. Now I don't read this language, so I'm going to just filter by language for just English titles. As you can see, there's many different languages you can read magazines from, but I'm just going to select English, so that'll reduce our results a bit more to 167. And if I am indeed just browsing, I can sort. So over in the right-hand corner here, I can click that and select to sort by title. So as always in the library, we start with numbers first, and then we go alphabetically A to Z here. So same as with the issue of The Economist that we took a look at, if we want to see what back issues are available for any of these titles, we can just go ahead and click on the cover image. So it always defaults to the latest issue of the magazine available, so it looks like this is very current. It's not even February yet, and we have access to the February 1st issue of BBC Gardener's World, and we can go ahead and select another issue again from the drop-down menu here.
The squirrel is so cute. Sorry.
Isn't it? I wish I had squirrels like that in my garden. That would be fantastic.
Or maybe the squirrel does all your gardening for you. Even
that would be so great. Yeah, so in a nutshell, no pun intended, that is pretty much how you can find different magazines through the Library to Go website. Now, Virginia, before I click away from here, is there anything that I may have overlooked?
No, I don't think so. I think the other thing in general that we want to mention too is that, as Liz pointed out, this doesn't count towards your loan period. But with the magazines moving over to Overdrive, you do have to return them. It used to be that you can, once you download it, it's kind of yours to keep. But with Overdrive, there is a loan period, just like you would in a library magazine. So you do have to return them. But there is an opportunity to renew the magazine if you're not done with them yet. You can always renew them. The thing about the magazines is they're kind of what they call simultaneous access, which means that even if Liz borrowed that gardening magazine, I can still go and borrow it. There's unlimited copies for everybody to borrow at the same time, which leads me to wonder, does it mean that I can just keep renewing it?
I guess we'll find out. I still have 21 days on these two titles that I have borrowed just today. Like Virginia mentioned earlier, we literally just had everything move over earlier this week. So we wanted to tell you all right away so you could find the magazines and start exploring them through Overdrive and get used to this change. So we shall see. But as with any of the other material, if you happen to forget to return something in the 21 days or the 7 or 14 days, depending on how long of a loan period you choose, if it happens to come up and you don't take any action against it, You won't incur any fines or fees, just like with the ebooks and audiobooks. So a little less stress in all of our lives. But as always, if you're done with it, return it. Simple as that.
Yeah. So we'll keep you posted on what happened at the end of the loan period because we haven't reached it yet. So we don't really actually know. I'm very curious because I feel like it's simultaneous. So I'm waiting for it. So I can just renew it, right? And renew it
I hope so.
and renew some more.
If you want, sure.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think, like, is that how it works? Well, and because it doesn't count you as your loan period, I could borrow like many of them
Infinite.
at the same time. I don't know. All 3,251 of them?
We can try.
Okay,
We'll let you know.
All right, so that is using it through the website. I guess the other thing we probably want to mention too with the magazines now is that there used to be and hopefully maybe one day this feature will be added. There used to be an option for you to automatically like just check a box and it will automatically download the next issue with you. So every time the magazine that you like come up with a new issue, you get an email about it letting you know that it's a new issue ready for you to download. So you kind of automatically borrowed it. Unfortunately, with the magazines moving over to this new platform, that feature is currently not available. And we'll see what happens. Maybe it will be added at some point. So all right. Shall we move over to just quickly look at how the app works?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I think a lot
Okay.
of people access the magazines already, like on a tablet, for example, or even their phone.
Yeah. And we were like when we were testing it, like we kind of noticed that maybe the magazine on the app might be a little easier to read. Depends on like how much you like, I guess how big of a monitor you have on your computer and how much you need to zoom in and out. The app version has a nice feature to make it easy to read the article. So let's take a look at how that works. So I'm just going to add this to the stream. Okay. And just confirming list, you can see the app. Yes, I can see that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So this is the library app for ebooks, audiobooks, and also magazines. So this is called Libby, Libby. So if you haven't downloaded yet, you can always download it, and you get access to many of our online collection can be accessed through this app. So just like Liz said, I'm on the home screen right now, and I get there by pressing the bottom left corner where it said library. So that will take me back to the home screen. On the other side, on the bottom right corner, you see that it says shelf. So shelf is sort of what you have on loan right now. So right now I'm on the library screen. So to browse and to search for titles. So let's do a search first. As Liz pointed out, if you know exactly what you're looking for or you want to see if the library has that online magazine, just do a search. So I'm going to tap on the search box at the top corner there. And I am going to type in not Food Network. That would be gross. Food Network. So you can see as I'm typing, some suggestions are coming up in the bottom there. So you don't even have to type the whole thing. So I'm just going to tap on the first one because that sounds about right. So I'm going to say Food Network magazine, and you can see it's showing up. So on the app version, as Liz pointed out, our collection includes both current subscriptions, so magazines that are still active, that have new issues every month or every week, depending on the magazine. There are also these special edition, one-off kind of issues. So the way you can tell which is which on the app is if you see a screen like this, that you can see like sort of a multiple kind of magazine cover, sort of one on top of each other, that usually means that it is a series. So it is a magazine that has multiple issues available for you to borrow. If you only just see one cover, as we'll take a look later, that usually means that it's a one single issue special edition type of magazine. So if I look at this Food Network magazine, I'm going to tap on the cover to see the details. And so now the first one that's going to show up is the current issue. So you can see this is the January/February 2021 issue. And then if I go down the list, you get the description of the magazine. And then once you scroll past the description, that's the back issues that is listed there. So looks slightly different from how the website work, but they're all there. So you can see all the issues that are available for you to borrow. So you can even borrow back issues, not just the current one. So of course, for like magazines, like food magazines, with recipes and things like that, back issues are often just as useful. So you can see all those on there. To borrow them, you can just go back on help here. Say if I want the latest issue here. So I'm just going to tap on the word borrow here, and it will do the same thing. It will tell you that, it's telling me I'm offline. Not really sure why. That is weird. Okay, anyway, let's give it a try. As Liz pointed out, it does not take up any of your loans. So even though it say I have 5 out of 7, it is not going to add another one. So I'm going to see if this offline issue is a problem. No, it is not. All right, so now I have got my magazine, and so now I can open the magazine, or if I click on the little cloud icon there, just on the left-hand side of the magazine, I can download that issue onto my phone, which means that I don't need an internet connection to be able to read the magazine later on, on the SkyTrain or something like that. So I have downloaded that, and then it could go on my shelf. So let's take a look at what that magazine looks like. So I'm going to open my magazine here. Now it's doing that again. I'm going to go to my shelf because I have downloaded a magazine ahead of time. So I've got the National Geographic magazine right there. So I'm going to try to open that on Libby and see if it will let me do it. Nope. Why are you doing this? Okay, let's give this a try.
You gotta love a live tech show, Virginia.
Right? Why is it like offline? That makes no sense.
It's like working with animals. You just don't know if they're gonna cooperate or not when you're on the air.
I don't understand. This is weird. I like just before this, I was opening this. I am definitely connected to the internet. Okay, I'm just going to switch over and just remove this for a second, and then I'm going to go fix it. So let's see what's going on.
Yeah, so like Virginia was saying, when you are connected to the internet and you're accessing your Libby app and you find some issues of magazines to borrow, then yeah, definitely do download them for later viewing, for offline viewing. So just like you can do with the ebooks or the audiobooks, you can download the files so that when you're in transit, for example, or if you're out of a Wi-Fi range or don't have an internet connection or data at the time, then you can definitely just bring up that issue without worrying about being able to access it or using up your data or internet allotment. So let's take a look here if we're able to see that magazine in action on the Libby app. Yeah, so when Virginia and I, like she mentioned, we were testing both the desktop and the app versions earlier. We did find that while it's really convenient to be able to search the catalog on a nice big screen, depending on the size of your laptop or your computer monitor, that when you're reading the magazine itself on screen, it can be a little bit finicky using your web browser to get to the zoom function to bring up, say, a specific article, because it does give you that big, full 2-page magazine spread, just like as if you were reading a real magazine. So it is a little bit finicky on the browser once you get used to it, though. If you are used to reading ebooks through your browser, then accessing magazines and reading them and zooming in through your browser will likely be less problematic for you. As with any mobile application, as Virginia's going to show you here, it's pretty user-friendly to be able to zoom in, because if your phone's the size of your palm, then you're going to have to be doing some zooming in.
All right, I think we're back online. I'm not sure what happened. Apologies, everyone. So I am here now on the magazine. And I can hear some weird echo, but so there's a magazine right here, and so I've downloaded this National Geographic magazine. So to read it, to turn the page, you just like sort of swiping, just like a ebook that you would do, and then so you can see you're swiping the magazine, so it's exactly the same thing. And you're probably wondering like, how are you going to read that, on your tiny little phone, just like Liz said? Well, you can see at the bottom there, when you're in the middle of an article, it gives you the option called read the article. So I'm going to tap on that read the article button on the bottom, and what it will do is it will make it more a phone friendly view of that article. So you're not no longer reading the article within the layout of the magazine. You're actually just isolating the article and reading it in a nice, clear, bigger print view. So you can see here, you got all your pictures, and then like you can see the words are a lot more legible compared to an actual reading it on the magazine itself. Right, so that is how that works. And then now you just close it off, and then now you can move on to the next article that you're interested in. You can see not all of them has that. Like, so for example, this page that is more like an ad, it doesn't have that option. But anytime you see at the bottom there's the read this article button, just tap on that and you'll be able to read the article itself. All right, so that is reading the article. And of course, when you tap on the middle, just like in the ebook, it brings the menu back up from the top and the bottom. So you can actually adjust some of the settings on here or jump to a certain page. So you can see at the bottom, there's a little thumbnail image of the magazine. And so you can scroll through that and then find the article that you're interested in. And then you can jump right to that article. If you tap on the words here in the yellow banner there, it will also give you a chapter view, just like in the ebook again. So you can actually see not just the little thumbnail of the page, but you can actually also see which article you're jumping into. So you can scroll through that and then jump into a next article on that way. So there's a couple different ways to navigate through a magazines. So that's what it looks like on the phone. So we show you how you can search for a magazine on the top. But if you want to browse the magazines, just like you don't know what is available, right now, currently, I think the fastest way is probably to click on the word explore. So that's kind of halfway down the screen on the right-hand side. If you tap on explore, and then what I normally would do is tap on what's available, because we know that all the magazines are always available. So I'm going to tap on what's available. And then the next option is going to give us a choice of what format you're looking for. So I'm going to tap on available magazines. And then once I'm there, you'll see that it's the exact same search results that Liz showed you earlier. You can see there's 3,251 magazines showing up. And then you can go through the list if you like. Or you can always refine some of these the search results, because 3,251 is quite a lot to look at. So if you tap on the word more, you can see it say listing 3,251 magazines includes, and they give you a couple categories. So if you tap on more, it will give you like more categories that you can choose from, and you can refine it that way. And I can see, as I'm looking at this right now, the numbers are kind of interesting, because I'm pretty sure there's more than 11 hobbies and crafts magazine. So that is a little strange. It might be a little glitch that the app is doing. So hopefully that will get fixed soon, because that doesn't really make any sense, does it? Okay, so yeah, so there is that. And then just gonna go back and see if I look at on the homepage. What we're hoping that at some point, maybe there will be a quicker way for you to access the magazine. Maybe somewhere in this section, it will say like available magazines, so that it is a little easier for you to access that, rather than have to jump through all those hoops. We'll probably have to take a look at why so few magazines show up. So we have a feature right now on some of the popular magazines. And again, this doesn't include everything, but some of the ones I guess people have been borrowing. So if you tap on that, again, it will show you sort of a list of magazines available. You can see because all of these have multiple covers. These are all magazines that have multiple issues, as opposed to the ones that we were looking at earlier, where there's only one covered, and you know that those are the ones that only have one issue. So, for example, these ones here, they're special edition magazines. Is there anything else I missed here, Liz?
No, I don't think so. I like the additional functionality of reading on through the app as opposed to the browser. So the browser is good in a pinch, but definitely some great features built into reading in the app.
So I'm just like baffled by this 11 hobbies and craft magazine business.
That's showing up on the desktop version as well. So we will look into that, into our selection of magazines, and make sure that everything that you should be getting from the previous subscription, you'll still be getting through.
Well, we know there are so many because it's 3,000 something, right? So we know that there are that many magazines in there. So it's about the same number, but it's just, I guess they just haven't matched the categories yet, maybe.
Probably just an indexing issue. Yeah. So if you're expecting to find something that's not coming up in your preferred category, then by all means try using the search bar as well and searching by title and see if you can find it there. Okay, well, as always, if you have any questions about this product, about navigating it, about magazine titles, or any of the products that we offer at the library, please do get in touch with us. You can email us, you can phone us, you can fill out our contact form, you can leave a comment at the bottom of this video, and we will do our very best to get your questions answered. Okay, Bridget, well, I guess if that's it for the magazines, our exciting news is out. We hope you'll join us next week for another Tech Thursday topic. I don't know if we'll have anything as, timely, like breaking news as this, but hey, you never know what happens in the tech world. So we will see you back here next week, next Thursday at 2 p.m.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.